I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
What's poppin', YouTube? It's Cut Up Jones coming at you once again with another haircut tutorial / transformation. And I was going to make this a transformation, but I decided, you know what? I got enough footage. Let's make it a tutorial as well. Coming straight out of Rich Cuts UNISEX Salon, you already know what it is. Kansas City, stand up. And so I start by draping my client with the cape, making sure that the cape does not touch her neck. And I want to start off wetting her hair, making sure not to oversaturate it, just getting it wet enough to be able to comb through. And observe the scalp at the same time and make sure there aren't any scars or wounds that I might have to watch out for. So now that I've got the hair combed out, I go in with my Andy Slimline Pro LIs, setting my first guideline. And this is going to be a Mohawk, so I'm setting the guideline right above the perimeter of the occipital bone.
Perfect, 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 perfect.
Usually I would start with a bald fade going into a Mohawk, but this hard line is actually going to be part of the design that I have set up as part of the Mohawk. So now I go in with my Andy Slimline Pro LIs once again against the grain this time. Fading out, starting my bald line. This makes it easier going against the grain, making sure that I don't have a solid harsh line to take out later. Now with my Babyless Pro Effects clippers with the blade fully open, I go against the grain, leaving about ½ an inch of hair from where I set my original guideline. Now I'll go in with my cordless Andes Masters, starting with the blade halfway open and closing as needed to fade out the bottom line. Notice how I'm using the corners of my blade as well as combing the hair back into its original growth pattern as I fade. These are two very important keys you use when fading hair. Now with the #1 guard fully open, I go against the grain up into my initial guideline to debulk the hair. And now with the grain with the blade fully closed, I'm ensuring that the hair is nice and even before I start to fade in the bottom. And now against the grain again with my #1 guard, but with the blade fully closed, going up only about ¼ inch. Quick switch to my 0 guard and I start to fade out the bottom line, starting with the blade fully closed and adjusting as I go. Now at this point, I usually do some detail work to make sure that the fade is as blurry as possible. But to ensure that I have enough hair on top for this next part of the design, I go straight in with the design, following the same line I put in before, only about a 1/4 inch below it. And now I apply some oil sheen to the top of the hair just to soften it a bit, and we'll follow up with a nice pick session. My client's hair is a bit short, which is why I didn't fade into the sides, as to preserve most of that hair. But what I'll do here is take my Andy Slimline Pro LIs and shape the hair right above that initial guideline to create a nice mohawk shape. And as you see here with my Andy's Master starting off fully closed, I attack that bottom line and begin to detail that fade, making it as blurry as possible. And now I'll follow up with my Babyless foil shavers just to add another transition to the fade by completely balding out the bottom. And now I'll apply some elegant shaving gel directly to the design to prepare it for the straight razor. And now I'm going in with my straight razor set at a 45-degree angle, making that design nice and crispy. Jones, boy, I'm cold behind them heads. Y'all see how this cut that came out? Nah, I'm gonna keep it humble. I'm getting there. I'm all right now. But I gotta give a special shout out to my girl for letting me perform this haircut. Crowned by Alexis Jones, another barber in the shop. I'll put her Instagram right in the description. And now my client won't be getting a hard lineup. She wants to keep it as natural as possible. And so I'm only going in with the corner of my blade going right around her natural hairline. Now I'll turn the blade upside down and get any hair off the face, going right around the eyebrows. And then we'll finish up the hairline with the straight edge razor, making sure no hair is left over around the hairline. Now some holding spray, followed by some black hair fibers to make that design really pop and stand out next to that blue. Now I follow the fibers with more holding spray and then dry it with a blow dryer. Now for the finish, I'll go in with my Stylist Pro FX just to remove the hair fibers and make the line nice and crisp. Now just to style the hair, I'm going to apply a little bit of coconut gel before I sponge the hair. Check it out. This is the finished cut. I hope you like it, and if you do, please hit that like button, hit that subscription button, hit that notification button to stay tuned because more is coming.